Good morning and welcome to What's New with Mike and Jeff, the show that brings you nothing but mistakes with scheduling and pressing buttons on the computer. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is Jeff. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm trying to get some more light so I'm not so in the shadow here.
I don't know how many. Nobody commented, and you just told me this morning that I scheduled the show for 7 p.m. and so I figured I would just go ahead and start at the end in the upside down world that we have created.
Is Bizarro Land?
In Bizarro Land, and just kind of move in that direction. Just kind of keep the momentum going and making little missteps along the way.
Yeah, because you did the exit or extra for there you go. So
I thought that would just be a good way to keep the momentum going.
That was an added bonus.
That was an added bonus. Good morning, Joe.
I'm just going to go with whatever natural light we've got here.
Okay, well, it kind of puts you a little bit in the shadows, so you're kind of like a shadow.
I'm more comfortable in the shadows.
We've even messed up subconsciously the order. Like usually I'm on the left and you're on the right, so we've just kind of messed everything up to keep everybody on their toes, to see if even we're paying attention to what we're doing.
The other weird thing is I was in the studio before you this morning, which normally doesn't happen.
Yes.
Normally I come diving into the chair just under the wire. So
well, I was actually very much engaged in a YouTube video from Tabletop or something. It's
Tabletop Tactics?
No, not Tabletop Tactics.
Tabletop Minions?
No. I think it's just Tabletop or something like that.
Could be. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, they were doing kind of this retrospective look at Battlefleet Gothic.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Mike and Batman this morning. Yes, you're Batman. They were just doing this like look at Battlefleet Gothic, and good morning, Jake. I have arrived. Jake arrived at the beginning of the show. Now we are completely off.
We should just sign out now to keep with tradition. Okay, thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
We totally screwed everything up, and now Jake shows up at the beginning of the show, which now I am completely lost and don't know where to go with this conversation.
I may have to go buy one of those weird ring lights just to get some light on this. Well, get on this area here.
There, just around this area right here.
I like the darkness.
Well, this way we can't see if you shaved on the. I'll come back in an hour. It's classic. But yeah, I was watching this cool video. The guys that I was watching, I don't know if you're familiar with Jazza.
It sounds familiar.
Jazza's an artist. Good morning, Robert.
Morning,
and Robert. They're all out of Australia, and he's an artist and does a lot of different. He's not an artist that just does like paintings. He does everything because he's like an experimenter, and that's one of those people. Missed you too, Jake. He likes to experiment just like I like to experiment. So that's what kind of attracts me to his channel. Well, these are some of the people that work for him because they're big into tabletop games and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of branched off and started their own channel. I think it's just called Tabletop. Anyways, retrospective into Battlefleet Gothic, kind of going through like the origins, because it wasn't Battlefleet Gothic at first. It was like Star Battles, and it was like a kind of a White Dwarf kind of project, and then it went away, and then it came back as Battlefleet Gothic, and they're just talking about it. And I'm like, this is the kind of content I like. Not wishful thinking, hoping that GW is going to bring it back, not speculation that it's coming back. Just, hey, here's where it's just kind of this walk down memory lane for us old guys. Good morning, David. Walk down memory lane for the old guys, that because we kind of grew up with all of this stuff, and it's neat to see them. Hard to starboard
fire torpedoes.
I guess that's a slogan he must have used while playing Battlefleet Gothic.
No, that's a ship command.
No, yeah,
You watch any World War II Navy movie, and you'll hear those words.
I don't watch a
Almost
lot.
as popular as the that what's that scream? The Wilhelm scream. That's it.
Oh, the Wilhelm screen. Hey, there you go. Stay right there because it darkens your background and
Yeah, but I'm completely blind now.
you're completely blind with lights on or not, anyways. So
That's not entirely true. I can see out of my blue eye just fine.
there you go. Even Jake loves BFG. So yeah, it was just a nice. It was just a nice little conversation, just saying, hey, here's what it is. They 3D printed some models because buying the originals are really expensive. I have a box full of old Battlefleet Gothic stuff. Obviously, the one main faction I have. I'll let you take a wild guess if you so desire, but
Orcs.
oh boy, you're quick.
I am. I'm good.
And I remember hanging out at IOG, and Battlefleet Gothic would still be on the top rack, and you could still buy it. I think they really enjoyed the kit. Yeah, the kits were nice. The plastic ones were. The metal ones, especially the Eldar ones, with all the little tentacle things kind of coming off the Eldar ones. Those broke a lot. That was pre-pinning days.
back when I was a GW and we could buy loose metal.
Yeah.
I was going through my stuff the other day, and I came across yet another bag of loose metal from Games Workshop, and it was all Battlefleet Gothic metal.
Yeah, good stuff. You had an amazing
that's one of my biggest regrets on my move to Arizona. At the very first Gamers Garage sale I attended at IOG, I brought my Battlefleet Gothic in, thinking I'm going to sell it. Changed my mind midway through the garage sale, and then as I was putting it, I was looking at it. Some guy made me an offer that, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. If you want to pay that much for it,
I wish I would have never done that.
So. Yeah. So, but it was just nice. I like those types of videos that are just, here's information, enjoy, and it's just. And it was just nice. And that's what I got caught up in. That's why I was late to the show, because I was watching the little walk down memory lane. And
you were only late to our pre-show Let's Solve All the World's Problems meeting that we have every Saturday that we have a show.
We do solve a lot of the world's problems.
I actually, ironically enough, set through a similar video on Tabletop Tactics this week where they discussed, Warhammer Quest is coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And their show was done right after the first announcement. So there wasn't a lot of detail. None of the characters had been shown yet or anything. And they went a walkthrough through Hero Quest and their partnership with Milton Bradley, which, by the way, I thought it was odd. In the UK, they refer to Milton Bradley Games as MB Games, because that's the logo is MB Games. But I just noticed, we all know here is Milton Bradley. And so there was a walk through the history. It was kind of nice, just walking through the history, because we used to play Quest every, I think, Thursday night. It was me, Don, and Tim Dvorak and Darren, and we played every Thursday night. It was awesome. It was fantastic.
And it's again something about Hero Quest that Magic has not been recaptured a lot in the dungeon crawl genre of gaming. And to me, I like Hero Quest because it provokes an emotion when I'm playing of dread. Like, you get one bad dice roll, you pull one bad card, and you just start getting overwhelmed, and you're just like, I don't know if I'm going to survive. And then things you start chipping away at it, and then you overcome it, you succeed, and you go on. It creates those memories, those stories on the board of just like, oh, do you remember that time we had like 4 goblins and Minotaur and a bunch of orcs, and we battled through them and we won, and then we completed the quest. Like, you create those stories.
Well, the thing I always loved about it, I mean, that I think made it really unique, is the fact that you never, because you drew your tiles as you moved through the dungeon, you never knew, and the map was never the same. Every time you played the game, even if you were playing the same scenarios, the map would change and alter as you went. Yeah. And that was just a really fun game.
It'll be interesting. They did release some more information about Warhammer Quest, Dark Waters. with the like a leaked photo, but they confirmed some of the stuff in the leaked photo. So I'm still watching with.
There's I think they released. I only seen the dwarf character model.
They did the Bretonian Knight character model, or the guy with the.
There's a Bretonian. Well, I think they released pictures of all the core. At least some of the characters come in the set.
Yeah.
Because I know the only one I saw was the dwarf.
Yeah, they released
2 axes.
I'm just gonna say it's the Knight. Like they released the Knight. They haven't released a lot of information, but for me, it's going to be. I already know GW makes amazing models, so I'm not worried about the models. They're going to be amazing. I don't. They're never going to get painted because there's too much detail.
Well, there's some other weirdness to it as well, because they actually refer to the mortal realms on the cover, on the box art cover.
Yes.
Yeah, but yet Bretonians aren't in the mortal realm. So there's a definite blur. There's just in my opinion, there's a blurring of the lines between the Age of Sigmar and Old World.
Yeah.
So, but that was in a couple of the videos that I've watched on it, but I find it interesting.
It's almost like the heroes are from the Old World, but the world they're fighting in is going to be Age of Sigmar.
Mortal realms. Yeah. Well, it's kind of the same thing they did with Primaris and Firstborn. They've kind of that they used to be a definitive. These are Primaris, these are Firstborn, and as they move forward, though that line was initially becoming blurred and is slowly disappearing altogether.
Yeah, it'll be. It has the potential to maybe launch like a Blood Bowl release, where maybe there'll be expansions and maybe they'll dive into the Old World and they could do like an expansion book, because the characters are kind of in that gray zone between old and new, mostly old, but right now they're in the mortal realms. But from what we're seeing on the leaked, I'll call them leaked photos, it's in a book. It looks like it's in a book.
There's a lot of photos that aren't leaked. They're actually right on Warhammer Community now.
Okay, I'll have to go dive into that. I've been busy with life.
And Blood Bowl's taken an odd turn for me, because initially Blood Bowl was this, but now we're finding out a lot of stats have changed, team configurations have changed. There's a lot more changes in the new edition coming out than I think anybody was aware of. I'm not judging either way, because I don't have an idea what they are. But apparently, because it really came, this isn't bad. This is just some minor changes, no big deal. And now we're like, oh wait, these guys now do this. These guys have these stats.
I think a lot of people with the Blood Bowl communities, you're changing your team. Like now you're going to buy like a box, and that's your team.
Right. Well, that was always how it was.
Well, to a degree, you usually had to buy 2 boxes.
Well, because you were allowed up to 16 guys, and a box normally comes with 11 to 12.
Right.
So you always had to buy like the expansion pack. But they're actually changing stats as well.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a new version of Blood Bowl, but we don't sit in the boardroom. We don't see the sales numbers. We don't know.
Well, quite frankly, I've been in the industry long enough. It's just the nature of things. Like we talked about before the show, new design teams feel their need to change things.
Yeah.
And there's a number of reasons. One is ego. I want to put my mark on. And I know that from personal experience, from my writing experience.
Right.
Then there's money, and there's all these other things. So I'm not people say we fear change. I don't. GW is a standard thing, which with any game is a standard thing, because as you move forward, you got to update the product, and you got to keep it moving. So yeah. I get it. But we were initially thought, from everything we read from GW, no, just some minor changes. And I was like, oh wait, they're actually changing much more than just the rules.
Changing team configuration, like what you're allowed to have on your team and all that kind of stuff.
And their skill sets that some of them come with, their stats. I mean, there's some serious changes. I'm not serious, but some interesting changes.
Where you and I sit, instead of getting caught up in the speculation and the just like the Warhammer Quest game, people are making all kinds of speculations and stuff. I'm like, I'll just wait for it to come out. Like when GW announces it and they're like, hey, it's going to be released on such and such day, and they start sharing more about it, and it gets out to all the influencers and all those people, see how it is. If it's something I'm interested in, great, I'll go pick it up. If it's not something I'm interested in, I got other games to play.
The only thing that I can actually say about the industry is the fact that everything will change.
Yep.
And eventually it will.
Yep.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing. because but of course the videos are out now where people are losing their minds.
Yes.
But it just happens. But it's just like I said, a lot of it. I've discovered from my term the length of time I worked in industry that when you get a new design team in or a new management team in, there is a desire to put your stamp on it. There is a desire to correct the things you think's wrong, and that happens. And then there's also the financial side of it that they've got to keep. You don't like sales numbers that look like like an EKG.
Right.
You like them to be like this, and you want that upward trend. You want a nice smooth upward trend.
Yep.
So yeah, because it gets worse. I should really teach these people how to do a rolling MAT. That would help them. The rolling monthly average trend that kind of smooths those lines out. As long as you're pointed up, you're good.
That's all that matters at the end of the day for because they're publicly traded.
Yeah.
So speaking of, since we're on a conversation about GW.
Oh no.
I went to the GW store yesterday. Ooh, the one over in Goodyear, and I found that mat. Remember last week's show how there was that mat underneath the tanks?
Oh, with all the covers that I think Dave has on his table.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it out.
They still had them in stock.
Did you buy one?
I bought so they have two different versions.
Right.
They have the retro version and they have a modern version. So Jason and I were there, and I picked up the retro version. Jason picked up the modern version because he said he already has the retro one at home. And I'm like, I'm picking this one up, and it's a nice quality. For the price, it was $35.
That's not bad.
It's a nice quality, but it is a desk mat, so it's not super tall like you get for like a card game mat.
Right.
Like if you're playing like Magic or something, they have like the standard height. It is really meant for you to put in front of your keyboard to rest your hands on. So it is a desk mat.
Oh, cool.
Still going to work for me because I'll use it in my YouTube videos because it adds some nice color. Because that's why I like the retro. The color is so much brighter because that's just how the old stuff was done. It's just brighter, and it'll just add some pop to my videos. It'll actually help my video camera out because on like a dark surface, and I open up a book with a white pages, it white blinds my camera, like the brightness of the white kind of blinds.
I've been dealing with that with taking pictures of these Emperor's children. There's so much white. There's a lot of shade in my white that's not coming out in my pictures, and I can't figure out how to get it done.
Yeah, so we're not photographers.
Yeah, the white it looks massively saturated, almost glowing.
Yeah.
So I've got to figure that out. But I'm still not unhappy with models. They just came up with it.
But I did get the mat, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm thankful that David had that on his photos so that I could go, hey, I need that. And it kind of goes in because I also have the postcard collection that was released by GW of all the White Dwarf cover. And I still have that collection of those postcards because I think they're phenomenal. I like that old art. I like the orc art most, obviously. But I'm
shocked.
Shocking. I just like that old art. So I picked one of those up. I guess for the GW store in Goodyear, they're doing some sort of celebration this weekend. I think it's like the store anniversary or one of the other commemorative type celebrations they're doing. So they had like all the stuff on display that you'd be like buttons and books and doohickeys and whatnots that you're going to be able to pick up at the store this way. I'm like, I don't need any of that. So, but I got my tchotchkes, yes. But I got my mat, so I'm pretty happy with that. It will be in my next YouTube video for my channel. So,
and what is that channel again?
Solitary RPG.
Very, very lonely sounding title.
Well, I like my RPGs, but I like to play them on my schedule. So,
well, that quite frankly is the biggest problem with RPGs: getting five people to sit around a table for anything.
Yeah, David said it's Warhammer Day, so there you go.
Warhammer Day.
It's one of their many celebrations, which is cool. But
I enjoy the celebrations because there was a point in time where GW at the office, you got the Emperor's Day, and there was one other GW exclusive holiday. There was the Emperor's birthday and one other one. I forget what it was.
I wonder if they still do that.
I have no idea.
Like the store should be closed on the Emperor's birthday.
The only thing I know about GW now consistently, they make great models and the prices are going to go up. So other than that,
Yeah, but I was looking around at them, and I started and I think we've had this conversation before.
at some point, probably.
If a character figure model is $45, $50, and it's one model that you got to buy, it's like, yeah, I get it. But that could provide me probably 20 hours of entertainment with assembly, painting, and getting it ready to put on the table. And if you really break down that cost, it's really not that bad. Like,
No.
the amount of time that you could spend, I think for a lot of us, it's more of the addiction to go out and buy everything. We got to have them all. It's Pokemon.
Well, yeah, because like right now, like I think I said this last week on the show, I'm behind on my Votan because a whole ton of new Votan come out that I don't have. Now I've got the new Hellsmith, what I refer to as Chaos Dwarves. There's a whole bunch of new stuff out for them. All I've got is the Spearhead set.
Right.
And it's hard to keep up. And Frontline Gaming just released a Blood Bowl playmat.
Really?
It's got the Blood Bowl. It's $39.99. It's beautiful. It's got your score and all your turn tracks. It's got your dugout. It's got everything on the mat, ready to go.
You just roll it out.
It's got the scatter template on the pitch itself. It looks really, really good. So there's that I got to get. And Cubicle 7, which I picked up the starter set. I'm going to pick up the rule book because I'm thinking about running a 40K RPG because about a month ago I noticed an ad for a book called Sons of Rust, which is an expansion book for Cubicle 7's Wrath and Glory. That's the 40K RPG. So I'm like, I got to get that. Well, I just got the notice in my email yesterday that just went on pre-order. And it's like, there's just too much.
Yeah. David says, I'm happy they didn't lock the Jump Captain to store only. I got one and on the way as a house present, birthday present. Very cool.
There you go.
Very cool. Happy birthday.
And to top it all off, one phone call with Jake last week, and I download the Trench Crusade rules. And I've been reading those, and
yeah, Trench Crusade it's wildly popular. Like it did a Kickstarter. They made a bunch of money.
It's dramatically different.
It is dramatically different. It's supposed to. Is it more of a campaign style game, or is it just a one-off game?
I'm not that far into it because I'm doing what I always do when I start a new game. I start with the miniatures, and because it's miniature agnostic, and
you can,
even though they're launching their own line, you can still get. And there's a ton out there.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for and see if you know me very well. I'm waiting for the one model in the faction that will pull me in. Guess what that might be?
Cats.
No.
Birds.
There's going to be a wolf theme somewhere, and I'm gonna latch onto it. So now I'm looking at that. I'm actually liking everything I'm seeing so far. But I always start with the miniatures on a game. If the miniatures are good, I don't worry about the system because where I live, I'm not going to play that often anyway. And and B, I want this one page stuff.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I don't know if it's going to retail. I'm sure it probably is in some way, shape, or form. No,
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
It should be hitting retail, and so I just don't know. Is this going to be like a new miniatures line that stores can bring in? Like they're going to start mass producing miniatures like in a box set that you're going to be able to go to the store and buy, or is this going to be one of those? You may be able to buy the rule book in the store, but the miniatures are all going to be online at maybe a web store because I think they're 3D printing everything. They got like a 3D printing service set up to where you could order the miniatures from them and they'll print them. I have not really dove into the game itself. It's not something that I don't even know if it's delivered on the Kickstarter yet. I don't think.
Well, it's free. The rules are free to download.
Yeah.
And then there's a book you can order if you want it.
Okay.
But all the factions, everything's free to download. And I downloaded all of it. It looks really great. I haven't actually. I can't sit and read a rule book on a computer or a tablet.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to take the files I have and get them printed double sided, so I
Yep.
can actually have the actual stuff. I think the biggest
Go
what
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say the way for me. One of the things I'm actually snatching onto is the fact that the paint style is dramatically different from what I do.
It's
Um,
grimdark.
yeah, very grimdark,
Yeah.
and grimdark is not something I'm not. I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of it because I actually appreciate the talent and how they look. It's just not something I've ever had a desire to do.
Yeah.
But in the last year, and I'm gonna really throw out one of my first world problems right now is when and because I do so much commission work, which is just get it done and get it out, and so it looks good, and the customer's happy, blah blah blah. I'm hearing a lot of, well, that's very clean. That's very clean.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, thanks. So I'm looking at that to just kind of change. As you always tell me, we got to sometimes step out of our comfort zone. So that may be one of my biggest reasons for delving into Trench Crusade is to just get into more of a gritty. Because I have always painted via how White Dwarf has always looked. That's how I learned to paint, and I've never taken any classes.
Right.
But I think Trench Crusade with how they look, because they look fantastic. The models are great. I'm gonna do stuff that I have the skills to do because I've had commissions where I've had to do it, but I just don't know my own stuff.
It's just not your preferred paint style.
It's not.
Your preferred paint style is the very clean, walked off the showroom shelf type look.
I have always referred to it as 1980s cartoon style.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
right.
I think there's
clean colors.
I think there's a shift in the painting genre of doing more grimdark, and it may have something to do with games that are coming out, or it could also have something to do with like Horse Heresy made a big splash, and Horse Heresy is kind of grimy. So that might be it. There is one faction that you could pick up from GW that you could probably just pop right into Trench Crusades without having to 3D print models. You could stay in your GW realm of liking their models, and that's the Astra, the guys with the gas mask.
Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Like there's a spearhead box, and you get like a unit of the, I'm going to say horses, but they're not really horses because if you look at their feet, something weird about those feet.
Let me explain a little bit why. I appreciate. I like looking at them. I think they're gorgeous. I think they're beautifully done. Anything grimdark, I think is beautifully done. But there's a reason I don't paint grimdark.
Because you're not a grimdark person.
The world's grimdark,
and you're trying to escape the world.
It has been the world. The world is sometimes annoying, and it's sad. And it's depressing. Just my whole Starship Troopers event for the last 2 weeks has been a nightmare. So when I paint, I want to do something that makes me feel good. And that's how it works. I don't paint because I want to see how good I can. Well, that's not true. I do sometimes want to see how good I can do. I just like painting things that look good. That look good. That's all.
Cheery and happy, and
the world's grimdark at times. I don't need that.
You don't need to inject reality into your gaming.
I try to keep reality out of my reality.
How's that working for you?
It's not.
I know. But yeah, so there I forget the name of that faction with the gas masks and all that.
I know the one you're talking about, and yeah, I'm not placing it either. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of models. I'm not exclusively GW fan. No. I've got a lot of non-GW models that I love. I just never get around, and because of the fact I do a lot of commission work, I'm almost exclusively doing GW models. So I've got some models. I've got a bunch of Star Trek models from, I forget the name of the company now. I've got all the Thunder Krieg. Thank you,
Raymond.
I've got all the Thundercats from Zombicide. Fantastic Four from Zombicide. I've got all those. Eventually want to paint them. So.
Thank you, Joe. It's Krieg.
They're all coming in now.
Now they're all coming in. So yeah, I don't know. I may look at Trench Crusade when it's. I don't know if anyone locally is playing it yet, and I'm not going to run out. There's just so many other games that I would rather run out and jump on the bandwagon for, but we'll see.
Mine always comes down to the models. There's some
Yeah.
models in there that really attract my attention, which there have been, and I will probably start gathering some up to eventually not paint.
And the setting is very bizarre.
It is. It's a very different game, which I think actually is a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very different setting.
Because it's kind of like a World War One-ish. I don't want to say it's World War One, but it's kind of that vibe of World War One.
Right.
But
With
it's got
with a fantasy and a horror kind of a twist to it.
yeah, that's where I was. It's got like these other elements added into it, so it's like it has like a modern. I don't want to say World War One is modern, but it is considered modern age. It's got this modern vibe with weaponry and all that kind of stuff, but there's still a lot of these fantasy elements that are injected into it. There's a religious faction, I believe.
Well, yeah, it's World War One sci-fi occult fiction.
Yeah, I guess that would be the way to look at it. It's just
all kind of mashed together.
The author just took all these like influences from all these different genres and like created some sort of like this weird wartime vibe game where you create your own models and you do your own thing, and here's some basic rules to follow. Because I don't know if it's a complicated game. I would say probably not.
I don't know, and that's stuff I want to make clear. You and I have never. I've downloaded the rules and I've glanced over them, but I have been mostly surfing. I've done searches just for Trench Crusade models and just gone through everything and looked at them. And that's always where I start. If it's got good models, I half the board games I own, more than half the board games I own, are based on the models. I mean, my entire fascination with Marvel United came from the fact that I love the models.
And now you have everything that goes with Marvel United.
I unfortunately do not have everything yet.
Oh, I thought you had everything.
I have managed to push that desire aside, so I can focus on other things. And then there's the whole other thing that I have a lot of vinyl that I like to do as well. And I'm getting ready to start doing a 30-second scale to be a Corsair kit. So I just like building and painting and doing cool things.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the hobby. Hopefully it opens you up to other aspects of it. That's why I got into Gundam. Like, they're just fun. It's just a change of pace. Like, I've painted way too many miniatures for tabletop games and stuff like that, and these are just different. So it's like a nice little change in the routines of the things that we do. That's why I like doing the scale models. That's why next month starts Tanksgiving.
Yes.
So get ready to start seeing a massive tank build on my
last night. I have everything in place to begin that.
All right. So I need to.
That starts next week, doesn't it?
Well, next Saturday, but I'm not going to be on. We're not streaming next week.
Oh, that's right. I had forgotten about it. We weren't sure we were going to stream this week, but I have hit a ceasefire in my Starship Troopers.
Did you guys sign a treaty?
No, they're too hideous. I don't want to sign it.
You don't want to sign it.
They're bugs. They're bugs.
They're bugs. Kill the bugs.
I have been sending a lot of Starship Trooper memes, however.
Some of the best memes out there come from Starship Troopers. So next Saturday kicks off Tanksgiving, but we're not streaming because I will be at Model Zona.
Oh, that's right, Model Zona.
Yeah, so Model Zona kicks off at 9:00 in the morning. It's in Mesa. If you're not familiar with the Phoenix area, I'm in Surprise. Mesa's like an hour drive.
But Model Zona is a great little show. Yeah. I love that show. It's really nice. I mean, it's a nice little show.
Yeah. So and then after, like, I don't know how it's a little show. I don't know how many vendors are going to be there. So I don't know
I mean, for a local event in Mesa, it's actually it would be in Mesa in that context. A show in Mesa is actually a fairly decent show, fairly large show. In the context of the U.S., it's a fairly small show, but it's got decent vendors. It's got some really nice stuff. You'll be surprised at the amount of really high level stuff that's there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go find some inspiration, find little tidbits of things, check out the vendor hall. We're just gonna putz around there for a couple hours. Then there's a few other shops. Andy wants to go check out in the Mesa area. And then we're gonna come home because Friday is our wedding anniversary. So we got married on Halloween.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, but she's working on Friday. I'm off on Friday. So we're gonna go out Saturday night and celebrate our. Got married in '99. It's 2025. So yeah, it's been a few years. Uh, I think we've been together 30 years. So still trying to crank out paint. Thanks. Halloween decorations took up my weekend. So yeah, so we got stuff planned for that weekend. So
I have been wrestling with this my Thanksgiving set, which I'm doing. I plan on doing a Land Raider.
thank you, David.
And I'm going to be playing around with the weapons because the kit, the Crusader kit, also comes with, I believe it's called the Redemptor.
Okay.
It's the Land Raider with a gigantic flamethrower. I have enough bits from previous tank builds that I can actually do the weapons pods that are on the side by themselves. So I'm going to try to magnetize the weapon turrets that are on the side of the Land Raider so I can change them in and out.
Oh,
go
perfect.
From Crusader to Redemptor. That's my big plan for this Thanksgiving.
Well, that will be awesome to see.
It'll be fun. I can get it done.
I plan to build a.
My magnets never arrive.
Yeah.
There's a worldwide magnet shortage, and I ordered magnets over a month ago, and they still haven't gotten here.
Yeah. There is a shortage for them. But I got the 1/16 Sherman that I am going to be.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I've cleaned off my desk last weekend after the show. Basically, got all my paints put away, got everything situated on my desk. Still need to clean up behind me a little bit, as you can see the mountain of stuff that just kind of accumulates. Whenever there's an open space in my life, I put a box in it.
There's a reason the lights behind me aren't on. But you can see the silhouette of the disaster that is that.
So I may spend some time today cleaning up the behind me real fast. Just that way.
Mark.
In my mind, everything is looking good, and I can just move forward and jump into the Thanksgiving project because it is going to consume my desk. My desk will be consumed by a tank. And I don't know how far I will get on in 1 month, but it's not about finishing the project. It's about just working on the project.
Well, every Saturday morning after the show, that is I give myself that time to clean my apartment.
Sure.
Which my apartment is, some people will be the size of some people's walk-in closet. It doesn't take me long to do. So I always say, after I'm done cleaning the apartment, I'm going to come into the studio, and because I used to pride myself on my organized studio. Now it is a mess.
Yeah.
So once again today, I'm going to clean the apartment, and then I'm going to come into the studio, and I'm going to take 2 hours, and I'm going to sort this out before I start painting. We'll see if I'm successful this time.
Yeah.
About bloody time. You are correct, my friend.
Yeah. So get ready for that. If you're taking part in Thanksgiving next Saturday, making forward progress. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
When it launches next Saturday.
You and Dave sound a lot alike.
Yeah.
So make forward progress. Blah, blah, blah.
So since next Saturday we're not streaming, take some time to just snap a photo, put it on Discord, let people know. I think we still have a Thanksgiving category on Discord. Let me double check.
I think we do.
And if there is, just use that. If not, I can always create one. It's not that hard.
If you can remember how.
Yeah, there is that.
I can't remember
how. We have an October one. We do not have a Thanksgiving one. So I will add a channel for Thanksgiving, and the Discord server, take some photos, pop it up there, show your works in progress in there. That'll just be kind of our place to capture all of the goings-ons if people are jumping on board.
Are you and I going to do any special episodes where, like, we used to on those weekend, we do a Thanksgiving thing where we're going to try to paint on camera, work on camera during Thanksgiving, correct?
We're going to try.
Going to try.
I'm set up for it. I don't have.
I am too. I'm good to go there.
Okay.
My plan is I want to have my tank built before we do the first show. I want to have it built and base coated because I want to do the detail work on the painting while I'm on camera.
Like not
the edge highlighting, that kind of stuff, versus trying to build on camera. Now, I may not make it. I may end up building. I don't know, but my goal is to do one.
Joe is going to do tanks building. I guess he's doing a terrain giving, which is fine.
And Mark, we're not trying to get them done by the end of the month. We're just working on them during that month.
Just trying to get motivated. Because usually it's like the 5-minute habit.
Right.
If you want to make a change, you want to start a new habit in your life, and you're like, oh, it's so much, it's too much, like learning to run or going to the gym, just spend 5 minutes on the habit. And then as time goes on, you start feeling the desire to start making
your Stampa take you started your Stampa during a Thanksgiving once, did you? Or was it
October? I think it was October.
Yeah, but you didn't get it done that month. You had to come back to it. I think you came back to it the next October, didn't you?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I let it sit for a year. It happens. It's all good.
And if Mark happened to be able to, go to camera and build and do his work online, so he could actually show his work as he's doing, he might be willing to join us.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with it. I don't mind. But yeah, so that's the whole idea. Well, part of the motivation for us to do this was to get you set up, kind of put some pressure on you to get your room set up so that we could start filming.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And since we're not doing a show next week, that's a perfect opportunity to try to get it done.
Yeah. So get ready for it. That's what November is going to look like. A lot of tank talk. Welcome to Tank Talk.
That should be. Remember when we did like 4 live streams a week? We had Wolf's Den. We had the one. We had Jackal Garage on Monday. Tank Talk would have been another. We could just we could streamed every night.
Well, there you go. Mark says send him an invite. He'll be there. All right. So, but yeah, so we're just gonna start chipping away. It'll be just a fun little thing. I don't know if we're gonna do any kind of special weekend.
I'm not that I'm suggesting that we should. Sometimes we do that. We usually do those on our weekend builds, don't we?
Yeah, one of the challenges I think for November is, you have some holiday stuff and people are going to start gearing up for Christmas and family obligations, work out. But like November and December, usually for a lot of people, they start getting busy. With like, I can only say this because Andy's going to want to, like in November, she's going to want to go hit all of the holiday craft shows and stuff like that. So we'll probably be going out on Saturdays and hitting craft shows and going to different events like that. And I'm sure there'll be some other things that are going to go on between now and then. So yeah, we'll probably just do it on the Saturdays and just go through that. Now, if you want to do something cool when we do we haven't really named it yet, but like the Speed Stick Challenge of building your
I like the speed stick challenge, but I can't talk right now.
Speed stick challenge, where we're gonna build a tank, whatever, doesn't really matter, out of a deodorant container. I think that's the only real thing we said is it's just got to be.
It goes back to the old article that GW did where they took a Menon speed stick deodorant container and converted it to a land speeder.
Yeah, but you can make whatever you want. I think that's the base of it. Just by the time you're done with it, it doesn't even have to look like a deodorant container. You can slap so much crap on it. You can just cover it in glue, throw it in your bits box, pull it out, and say done. It doesn't really matter. What's that?
I was reading Mark's post.
He'll be hosting a Zoom call later this afternoon. I'm trying to finish up the truck build.
I have been shopping for the proper speed stick, container.
The thing you want to convert.
I want to convert. Mine's going to be a transport, as we talked about.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to build a compartment, and I'm going to have to cut it open, build a compartment. I haven't decided if it's going to be a anti-grav vehicle or a wheeled vehicle.
Something to think about, something to ponder. But yeah, so that we may do something like a weekend thing with that, where or maybe like a all day Saturday kind of longer stream where we're just really hyper focused on the chopping and the building and the cutting of flesh, because someone's going to cut themselves. It's just inevitable. It's probably going to be me.
No.
So
See, you have, I believe it's this your left hand, yeah.
it's my right hand.
Your right hand, my left hand. Where this is all the farther I can move this finger.
Right.
Because I severed all the tendons in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're broken like me.
Yeah. I've sacrificed my fair share to the god of modeling.
Yeah. So, but maybe that's something we might do for that. That's going to be in January. Kind of kick off the new year and kind of throw out a challenge to everybody. Something that.
Just so you know, because we're doing a throwback episode, I am going to also add a bowl of cereal to that show.
We were out at I don't know where we were, Home Goods, Hobby Lobby or something. We were walking down an aisle and there's these big bowls. I think they were planners.
Right.
And I picked it up. It's perfect cereal bowl for the show. I could put a whole box of cereal in this bowl and I'd be like, arr, arr. But by the time you got to the end, I would either be dead of a sugar overdose, or my food would be just soggy.
Do you remember when I lived with Paul, where I moved where I was living before I moved back? Yeah. I bought all his crockery, I guess is the best way to put it.
Sure.
All his plates. His cereal bowl was one of those bowls. It's literally the diameter of a large plate.
Yes.
And about 4 inches deep.
Yep.
And I said, "What do you use this for?" And he goes, "Because I used it when I watched my daughter's dog. It's a water bowl." All right. It is this gigantic bowl, and that was a cereal bowl. So I'll just use that one. I didn't tell you the major event, and I cannot believe I forgot this. The major event in my life this week happened last night after work.
What happened?
I caught my kitchen on fire.
Whoa! How'd you do that?
Believe it or not, I was going to make some French fries to go with my burger, and so I had to heat the oil because my air fryer it works fine. It just doesn't get my crinkle cut fries to the crispiness that I like.
Right.
Because I'm a fat guy. That's an art form right there. So I put the pan of oil on the stove. Turn the stove on. I'm going to do some stuff.
Real quick. Raymond, yes, you can do a night for Thanksgiving. Don't care.
Yes.
Feel free.
Yes.
Continue on. Raymond's we don't know if Raymond's going to get caught by the boss watching our stream.
Yeah,
so
he's
I just wanted to hit his comment before he had to cut his feed.
So I go back, and I'm also at that point in time, I'm gathering the pieces and parts I need for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And I come walking back out, and there's this massive amount of smoke coming from under my pan that I just put on the stove. And I'm like, what the heck? Now, my brain instantly went to the fact that I had been dealing with the whole flea thing.
Oh.
I've been using fogger, so I thought, and I wiped everything down, including the burners. I thought, well, maybe I did get something off, or I put something on the burner. That's what it is. So I pulled the burner. I pulled the burner off, or the pan off the burner, and woof!
Oh,
it caught fire. So, being me, I didn't panic. I just threw a wet towel on top of it, put it out. We're good. But I noticed, I was trying to figure it out. It took about 5-10 minutes. I'm looking around, going, what the heck? What caused this? And there was also a bunch of residue in the little pan under the burner, right? So I'm thinking, what the heck? And so I moved the pan from one burner, from the burner that caught fire to the burner behind it. And then I moved the pan from that burner to the opposite side front burner. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So I turned that burner on, and I'm looking around trying to figure what was inside this. And it starts smoking again. And I'm like, what? So I pulled it off, set it down, but it didn't catch fire this time. But there was this residue on the burner. My pan, my very large pan that I use, that I've had forever, that I bought when I moved up here 6 years ago, I let everything cool down, but I had noticed a trail of cooking oil from burner to burner, exactly as I moved burners around the stove. My saucepan, my large saucepan that I use, developed a pinhole.
Oh no.
in the bottom and was literally leaking cooking oil onto the hot burner. But I've never seen a saucepan do that before.
Well, good.
Yeah, I tried to burn my kitchen down. I mean, I set smoke detectors off. It was great. It was awesome.
I thought maybe you were just taking my advice with your other problem and you just burnt the thing down.
There was a moment. There was a moment of me just going, I could just grab what's important and walk out.
Yeah.
But then I went, well, my daughter lives in the same building. That would be bad.
That would be bad. So, and you don't need that. So
yeah. So that was but it was like okay, it's just a typical night in the Jeff household. I'm trying to burn the place down now with a pan that I've never. I literally dumped it all out. I washed the pan out, and I'm looking at it and going, man, it looks fine. And I held it up to the kitchen light, and sure enough, dead center of the pan, there's a pinhole. And so I put water in it, held it, and the water just started drip, drip, drip. I'm like, oh gosh,
man, oh man. So
only in my life would that happen.
You know, we all have to have those unique experiences in our lives. So
that was one I could live without.
Yes.
Even though I didn't panic on the outside, inside my head I was screaming.
So, anyways, yeah. So Thanksgiving next Saturday. I'll get a channel set up today after the show on Discord. Take some photos. That will be the dumping ground for all your photos, and I will do my darndest to take progress photos. I will not make any promises. That's just how I roll.
No problem. I get it.
So. I will do my darndest to take photos for everybody.
Yep.
And just it's just challenging yourself. This is not a competition. It's not a speed build. It's not, ooh, I got mine done in a week type thing. It's just enjoy the process, build a tank, build a thing, build something. We're just calling it Thanksgiving because, well, it sounds cool.
It fits Thanksgiving month.
Yes, and it just sounds good. It just, I don't know. It just sounds. It just fits. It just fits a theme. So we will do that. Should we jump into the photos?
We can. I have photos.
Photos.
Not a lot. We don't have a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm most of it. I think there's only 3 of us that actually posted to Discord.
All right, Mark, you got to run to Denver. I'm assuming that's a far drive because I don't know where you live.
You should drive, buddy. You're not built for a run that long.
I know for me it would be a flight over to Denver. It's a little bit further away for me, but enjoy. Thank you for hanging out with us. Lemmy!
I'll see you later, Mark. Take care, buddy. Lemmy with a gun.
Yes. They did an excellent job with this Lemmy model. Joe did a fabulous job painting it. Love it. Love everything about it. He even did the rim. He put the base on. He really dolled it up.
Yep. And there's the spade.
Yeah.
There's the spade back there. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that was awesome. Well done.
One of my favorite all-time musicians. My job is cutting into my paint. All of our jobs are cutting into our paintings.
Yeah, believe me. I get it.
We feel your pain, Joe. But I love it. This turned out fabulous. The model is just perfect. It's got that Lemmy look to it. You just got to make sure you paint his big mold.
I actually considered loading up Ace of Spades and just playing that while I brought this picture up, but I figured the audio would get blocked at that point.
Yeah, we've had that happen before.
Yep.
So awesome.
Yep, there we go. And then Tim did these guys.
It looks like some. I don't know what they are. They look undead or.
Yeah, that was because I saw this guy over here, and I thought, are these undead? Are these zombies?
Maybe.
But yeah, I don't know, but it looks good.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
And I think that's it. That's all from Discord.
I thought you had your photo.
I do.
There we go.
That's it. I have. So these are my Emperor's children.
Joe, thank you very much. Joe's going to gift me the Lemmy model so I can put it on my collection of models painted by other people that I admire, and I can put that up there with those.
Yeah, these are my the Emperor's children I just finished up.
Man, pink and white. Now I understand what you're saying because that white just looks white.
There are some gray shadows in it, but my photographing skills are not what they should be.
Up to par.
Yeah.
what's that? Go back one. Is there a little speck of something on that gun front?
There probably is because I probably when I was handling it chipped it up. I'll have to fix it.
Oh,
I'll have to look at it.
that's the problem with white. You see all your mistakes.
Well, yeah, the white just kind of washes everything else out. So I got this one is insane.
Yeah, look at that.
I gotta really just take some photography classes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it, brother.
And then there's this guy, and then there's the entire squad.
Love it. Love it. How many more do you got to paint?
A lot.
Oh, okay.
I have 18 noise marines to do. I have 6 sword masters, and then a bunch of just line troops, and then the leader whose name is eluding me right now. But yeah, I've got them all pretty much to a point where it's just now the detail work is what's dragging out, because there's so much gold trim on all of them. It's insane.
Yeah, and you're doing some very light colors with the pink and the white. Any mistake is just going to be eye glaring to you.
Well, I base coated them and I primed them in black because they're predominantly based in black. So I then have to go over all the pink areas with Screamer Pink, give a nice red base to it before I try to put Emperor's Children pink over the top of it.
Yeah.
And then after I do that, I got to edge highlight the black. Then I got to go back through and put all the silver accents on, all the trimming and everything on that. Then I got to do all the gold, and I got to do all the same thing to the weapon.
Yeah.
And that portion of it, because basically all the ones I have where I'm getting to have the black in place, have the edge highlighting done, and have the Screamer Pink, and then most of them have the pink on them. And then the rest of it is just doing all the gold and silver work. And then the final step is the greens.
Yeah.
For the hoses and whatnot.
And I'll just open up a wound that you brought up earlier. I'll say, man, those are really clean.
Yeah. Again, they're a commission, and Colin's happy with them, which is quite frankly all I care about.
Yeah.
But it's something that's I have always been very clean, very colors where colors should be, and then what I call an '80s cartoon style.
But that's what I like about your painting style. It is clean. And it looks amazing. You'll do edge highlighting. You'll do all the techniques to make certain things pop out. You get good color choice. So I love it. But I get it.
I think what is triggering in me. Not triggering is a harsh word. I'm not triggered. No. But it goes back to the conversation. It's something that you and I have talked about on many occasions that I have adopted from our conversations, because you're the one that kind of champions this with us, is getting out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
And I think because the thing is, I think this feeling that I have will go away when I start working on my own stuff again. Because right now I've got so much commission work to do. I have not had any time to work on anything of my own. Yeah. And I think right now I'm just doing what needs to get done so they look nice for the guy that's paying me.
Right.
And then we'll go on from there.
Well, and the customer is like, obviously, if someone's hiring you to do a commission, they already understand what your painting style is. Yeah. They've seen examples of your work, and they're like, that's how I want my. Not everybody's into grimdark. Right. Some people actually like your style, me being one of them. And yeah, it works out good, dude. I'm quite happy with the fact that that was a hell of a challenge for you.
What?
The Emperor's Children with the pink and white and all the black trim and the silver and all that stuff.
It's a lot of first time using those colors, and even though I have gotten better with white, and Monument Hobbies white is one of the reasons. Yeah. It's still getting it on there, and then of course now the other challenge I have is my photography doesn't bring out what it actually looks like. I've got to figure out a way to dial that white down.
Yeah. Well, I think it's probably going to be some sort of setting on your phone or whatever you're using to take the white balance or whatever they call it, to figure that out. It's beyond me. I just like, it is what it is. And just
my plan is to talk to the best amateur photographer I know, which is D. D's actually very good with the camera.
Well, because he does all those pictures, like where he has to do the
astronomy photography. Yeah.
Yeah, so he does a lot of crazy.
I'm gonna pick his brain. Which I think yesterday he left to go back to Montana. I think he's officially out of Phoenix.
Yeah, he's officially out of the state, which is sad.
Yeah,
Sad.
yeah. So I'll probably give him. I'll probably hear from him at some point today. But I'll chat with him about that when he gets settled in. So.
Yeah, he's going through the transition of life.
Yes.
Yeah. I will be going through it soon too. So
yeah, it's getting used to a new thing.
yeah. Well, for me, I I kind of embraced the uncomfortable part, so I'm okay with the uncomfortable part.
I think the biggest part that everybody has to get their head around, myself included, when I moved back here. Hello. Yeah. When I moved back here, and then when I went from part time to full time, it's just getting used to your new normal.
Yeah.
That's all it really is.
Yeah.
Where you used to have time to do whatever you want to do. When you do it, like right now, I have doctor's appointments coming out of my ears, which I've always had. But it was much easier to do when it was, when my schedule was what it was before. So yeah, so just gotta get used to your new normal.
Just like Joe's like his new job cutting into his painting time, so he just needs to adjust. Just like everybody else has to adjust.
Yeah.
You just got to get used to that change and get used to all that stuff. For me, the change is going to be I have to start a whole new career. Which will be interesting. I don't know where my feet are going to land. I plot and plan, and plots and plans don't work because I was going to go work for Gameland Game, but then Michael sold the company, so
that went sideways.
Yeah, and then Jason got a gig with his buddy. We both know the guy. His name's Nathan. He owns an electrical company. Jason quit that job the other day, so
okay.
I could have a hiccup because I was going to go work over there as well because Jason's like, hey, he needs warehouse help. Like he literally needs people. He can't find people to work in the warehouse.
Right.
So that was kind of on the schedule because Jason knows me. He worked with me long enough, and we did the castle project, and I did a bunch of stuff with. So he sees my work ethic, and he knows what I do and how I function. And that went sideways, so I don't think that opportunity's there. So
I'll figure it out.
Now I'm like, open a game store. I know a great location.
Well, you'll have a new game store in Surprise, I believe, at some point next month.
Yeah. Well, we already have a new game store in Surprise, and that's Hobby Forge, and they're open and functioning, and he's expanded his hours. One of the things I didn't like, he didn't know his original hours weren't till 1 o'clock because he had he has another business, retro games, and that's like a eBay online storefront type thing where he buys old retro stuff or I don't know, pop culture retro stuff,
right,
like toys and stuff, and he sells them online. It's like one of those eBay stores.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So he wasn't opening his game store till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, dude, I'm usually calling it a day around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was hard for me to like go over there to game. Like I wouldn't want to do it. Going to a tournament at Hobby Forge in a bit, getting ready this morning. Very cool, Raymond.
Cool. That'd be great. Well, good luck.
But so he's got that store. Then another store is supposed to be opening up.
Player draw.
And they announced their location. It's going to be at Dysart Dysart and Grand. If you don't know, I happen to live in Surprise, and I know the area well, and I know that intersection very well. And Jason and I were talking about it yesterday because he was the one that told me about it. And I'm like, there's only one place he can go to do that. And there's like this really weird strip mall at the corner next to one of my favorite garages of all times. You would love this garage, especially if you lived in the city. It's called Deadwood Garage. It's a custom garage shop. They only work on classic cars.
Oh, fantastic.
So every time I drive past that intersection, it is not uncommon to see a 1950s, 60s, 70s something cool sitting in the parking lot. They literally line the parking lot with classic cars.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Corvettes, Camaros, you name it, old trucks, old cars, Belvederes, Chevys, everything. I just love driving by it. Obviously, he's showing off the cars. Like, they're just showing off the cars. Well, behind that garage is a strip mall.
Right.
And there used to be a couple player draw and Hobby Forge are going to be crazy close. Yes, they
Yeah.
are. But the challenge with that strip mall is it's not the easy, like you have to come in either off the Exis Road to Grand, which you're familiar with trying to get on some of those, and it dead ends. So you got to go kind of south of Grand Avenue, get on the Exis Road, come back down. Uh, I really wanted to work for the Surprise Police Department. I'm sorry. I do work for the Surprise Police Department. No offense to, I have some issues. But it actually dead ends on the one face. So then you have to exit out onto Dysart, and there's a school right there,
Right.
like a charter school. And there's also, it's just a really busy intersection. So that would be the biggest challenge I see with the location is traffic. So, but yes, there.
Well, he and I are talking right now about him opening, and TJ, the FOW group from IOG, is going there.
Okay. Like going to work there or just.
That's where they're going to have their get-togethers.
Yeah.
From my understanding.
Well, from what I understand, like TJ wanted to have it over at Gamers Guild, but they said no historical gaming at Gamers Guild.
Yeah, there's a weirdness about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't really say more than that.
But whatever, that's your business. So we'll see how it goes. I know the guy from that's opening the new shop bought a bunch of Darren stuff, like tables and racks and stuff.
Yep.
Best of luck to him. I do think the stores are kind of close together, but I think they'll still survive in the market because I don't think the new guy is going to have like Magic and Lorcana just to do some house knock surprise. we do that.
It would be hard not to.
It just comes out. I'll be doing demos there as well as Hobby Forge. Okay, very cool. So I think they're going to have a diverse enough customer base and product base that they'll probably be just fine in the same realm.
I just hope they go, and odds are they're not. I just hope they go the way, because when I was working at Waterloo and all the other places, Waterloo and all the local stores and David's stores, the name is eluding me right now.
Game Depot?
Game Depot, thank you. We all kind of coordinated work together to make the pie bigger.
Yes.
And with them being in such close proximity, they have the opportunity to go that route and try to work together to make the pie bigger for both of them,
right,
or become bitter, twisted, hateful enemies. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, one step at a time. It's a free market. That's one
Absolutely.
of the things about
Darwin's rules will come into play.
Yeah. I do think Gray does things a little bit differently over at Hobby Forge. Bobby works over there. Remember Bobby?
I think so.
She went in the military for a while. Anyways, she's over at Hobby Forge now.
Right.
And I saw her a couple weeks ago.
Did you work for Darren for a while?
I don't think she ever worked for Darren, but she gamed at the shop a lot. She kind of disappeared towards the end. I didn't see her as much. But I don't know if she was playing someplace else or doing something else, but she's over there now. But I think Gray has a good business model with the buying of used products. Like I could just go take a stack of stuff I have, take it over there. He would buy it or give me store credit for it.
Right.
And then he's selling the stuff at a very fair price. It's not crazy eBay prices. So I think he has a good business model with that. I don't, she
worked Sundays
at IO. Okay. Very cool. I never was at IO on Sundays. So I worked.
That was your Monday.
That is my Monday. So that's when I'm going, knock, knock. Who's there? Surprise. I just don't say PD. I just say animal control. Animal control. Hey, that's so yeah, it'll be interesting to see when he hasn't announced a date of his opening. just as a bit, like just my limited knowledge of running a business, it would be kind of in his best interest to have that store open and ready to go by Thanksgiving.
That's the
To
plan. From my
yeah,
understanding.
to hit that Black Friday stuff. You know, you could tie this all together with grand opening, because GW will do the Christmas boxes. Those
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
don't they do that? That usually comes out around the same
Usually
time.
they do their box. I think it's box armies or all that good stuff out there during that
Yeah,
time.
yeah, they do all their Christmas stuff though. That's
Yeah,
usually when they don't do a lot of product release. It's more like, isn't that when that's when they announce the paint handles and
right.
I don't know what to
All the
call that.
stocking stuffer type gifts. That kind of thing.
Yeah, what's the paint gun handle thing where you can put like 20 models on it with all the rubber bands and you can paint all. What do they call that? Yeah, what do they call that?
A waste of money.
Okay, there you go. So
I bought
usually,
it. Now they've modified it. This is the original one.
okay.
The new ones they did actually this swivels.
Oh, that's smart.
But yeah, I used it for a while. Here's the problem with it. I actually liked every aspect of it, but they don't sell. They never sold the rubber band separately.
Well, you know, that's kind of weird.
So finding a replacement rubber band because the rubber bands eventually snap.
Well, paint will dry them out, and
And yep. So
you know me, I would use it upside down. Anyways. But yeah, so it'd be in his best interest to try to get that store up and running by Thanksgiving.
that's my understanding.
Yeah. I might swing over in that area tomorrow when I'm at work, pretending to look for a straight odd.
Well, let me know what you see.
Yeah, because that's how I found out about Hobby Forge.
Right.
I work, I would just be driving by, I'd be like looking inside and checking things out. And
I found one of my favorite stores back when I still lived in Ohio by going to a convention in Columbus, Ohio, and I went into the dealer's room, and I thought I had Columbus wired as far as game shops, and there weren't many at the time.
right.
And I'm walking by, and I'm like, oh, where are you at? And they were on the exact opposite side of the city. So
Yeah.
One of my favorite shops.
Yeah. Raymond said he has one of those and still has a bunch of rubber bands. So there you go.
Yeah, I could never. I used up. I mean, I found it for a squad of models. It works really well. It's really quick. It's a good handle. You don't get paint on your hands. It's actually really good. But the rubber bands just eventually go away. I've only got 3 rubber bands left.
Ah, that's not good.
I haven't used it in a couple of years now because
What's the white on it? Is that paint or
that's different primers. If I use white,
okay?
That's where the models go.
Got it.
So then you put new models on it, and now that I'm primed with black. So I just wanted to put some. I had a moon night thing going on, so I wanted to put different stages of the moon. So that's what that was.
There you go. That's awesome.
It wasn't a bad idea. I mean, because I prime so many models now. At the time I use my airbrush, but I can't afford $22 a can for primer for GW, and I won't buy Krylon because I've had bad experience with that with plastic models.
I'm more of a testers or what am I using these days? Mr. Hobby or testers.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to. I've got to buy a whole new lot of AK paint, Generation 3, because I'm getting ready to start working on this project with Mark and going to his hobby Zoom meeting.
Joe has problems with rubber bands that come on asparagus. That's how Joe rolls. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So yeah,
I mean, if you go by, let me know what you see, what you think.
Yeah, I'll take a look, but that's based on the intersections of where he's at. The only other option at Dysart and Greenway is kind of an older mall. Like there's just 2 malls in that area. The other areas, there's no retail space. There's just those 2 retail spots. The other mall is where like there's a laundromat, a gun store, a liquor store. And I'm pretty sure all of those spots are filled. So when Jason and I were talking, it's like the only place that has vacancies is the other side over by the garage.
Oh, thanks, Dave. I'll have to check them out. It said Color Forge isn't bad. Similar to GW, but a little better price.
Ah, okay. And then Joe's saying he uses them on paint handles. Oh, same size. So buy some asparagus. I'm not eating asparagus. Uh,
Me neither.
but it'll be interesting. It will be just one of those things. But Dysart and Greenway seems to be where the store is going to go. It is a lower rent area.
Right.
Um,
That may be one of the reasons. I mean, when we opened Waterloo North, it was we put it where we put it because it was the cheapest rent.
yeah. Has the address for the new play and draw not been announced?
It probably has. I don't. I mean, I have his address on the file at my office,
Yeah.
but I don't remember it.
And B, you can't share it.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't at this point. Not yet.
Yeah, I thought he posted some. Jeff's or Jason said he posted it on Facebook. The
He
crux,
might have. He
just
might
the
have.
crux.
I haven't. I
He did
haven't.
not.
I just started following him in the store on Facebook. But I
Yeah,
haven't.
he has not. He has not posted the. But that's where I come in. I will go do the investigation work,
Absolutely, you are.
and
The
I will go do some drive buying.
But
And
see, here's my problem with that whole situation. The one that just infuriates me. You got two stores opening almost on top of each other in Surprise.
Mhm.
I can't get one good store to open in my area. I want one decent store to open in my area.
I'm still waiting for GW to open up a store in Surprise. Like if you look at if you look at all their locations on a map of the Phoenix metro area,
It makes a big pentagram, right?
well, they've got the Scottsdale store, but it's North Scottsdale, so they're up on the north side of Scottsdale. We have Chandler Gilbert area covered. There's a store up in that area. We've got Goodyear covered. They're just kind of missing this general location down here at this bottom where I'm at. So I'm just kind of curious, like it might make sense that they do that. What is David saying? 500 milliliter.
500 milliliter for 1850 versus GW 24 for 400.
Oh, he's talking about spray paint.
Here's what they're waiting on. Surprise! One day you're going to drive by a shopping center, no store. Next day, surprise! GW.
Well, currently, in surprise, off the 303 in Waddell, which is Thunderbird for those that don't live out here. So 303 and Thunderbird, they've got Persada going in, which is a whole new mega shopping area with all the big stores. It's going to go from Waddell all the way over to Cactus, and it's going to be nothing but retail space. Right. So over at Cactus already, we've got a Home Depot and a Fry's and all that, and everything in between. It's all farmland. Is all going to be developed into retail. I think there's going to be an apartment complex in this.
It's all desert.
Yeah, it is desert.
And Raymond, you'll be doubly surprised if that happens.
Look, they got there's a GW store in Prescott, which I'm like, yeah, there's actually a GW store in Prescott. I've been to it.
It's a nice town. They should be allowed. If you said Jerome might have a heart attack.
I was a little shocked though for a GW store to open in Prescott. There's game stores in that region because when you look at Prescott, it's the Tri-City area, so it's Prescott Valley, Prescott, and Chino Valley.
But here's let me clue you in a little bit. We've talked about this. How many times have you seen GW open a bunch of stores and then close a bunch of stores, and then open a bunch of stores and change their format, and then close a bunch of stores, and then open a bunch of more stores, change their format again to something different, and then close a bunch of stores?
Well, and I think with their
they don't know how to run a retail chain.
Almost.
Well, I think the problem is they don't know what they keep changing what the purpose of the retail stores are.
Right. They keep changing the mission statement, thinking it's going to change everything. Nope, it doesn't.
Yeah, and I got to say, this one-man model, one employee model, is just got to be really hard, especially on the one man.
Well, and they're closed 2 days a week, and they're only open 7 hours a day. Right. It's really just a way of funneling people in to hit the kiosk. Yeah, you got stuff on the shelves, but it's really to get them in to hit the kiosk, order through the kiosk, and do like a pre-order through the kiosks.
And cultivate new players in an attempt to again make the pie bigger, which is great. But in my experience, I started working for them in 1997. They have expanded and reduced their number of stores. They have changed the mission statement of those stores. They have not found that sweet spot to what they want their stores to do. So there's a constant flux.
David says, well, they don't, and it shows.
There you go. It does.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I've met the new guy over at the Goodyear store. He seems very energetic. He seems like
There's a new guy there now, right?
Yeah, Brendan.
Yeah.
He looks like the perfect model or shell that they want the GW store employees to be.
We used to have a friend that worked there.
Yes.
Who has just disappeared off the planet.
Yes. I'm sure he's still around. He went back into corporate America, so he's in a different world.
Yeah, absolutely. When I met him, he had just got out of corporate America.
Yes, and now he's back in the
good guy though. Good guy. I'll be honest. I bring it up because I actually do miss our conversations. He's called once in a while. We talked for about an hour on the phone. It was a nice conversation.
Yes. Did you say shill or shill?
Little play on words there. We're not going to tell you.
Yeah.
Figure it out for yourselves.
So, but that is the one. This region, this area, is the one that I think GW, if they did it, they would have the 4 major corners of the Phoenix metropolitan area covered,
right?
As far as retail space goes. And I keep driving by when, hey, it's Victor.
Hey.
I keep driving by. I'm like, I'm just waiting to see a sign go up one day for Warhammer. I just think this is going to be if they're going to build another store in the Phoenix major area, I think this is probably where they're going to hit. Kind of, because you'll get that Arrowhead traffic, like all the people that, Arrowhead's the last of the malls in our Phoenix big malls.
Yeah, malls are dying quickly.
Oh God, yeah,
they're
going away like the newspaper. They're still there, but man, they're not the same. I'm sure come November though, there'll be a hopping place when people go out and buy gifts. But throughout the year, they're just kind of ghost towns, which is, my favorite RPG game is called Dead Mall, and it's about a mall that has gone into ruins, and you go in there and there's like some cosmic horror thing that you're fighting, and it's actually a lot of fun.
That actually sounds like a last trip to an actual mall.
Well, Metro's completely gone now, buddy.
They demolished it?
Demolished.
Wow, that's sad. That's just sad. That hurts.
Well, for us, people have lived here for, like, everybody that wasn't part of the 80s and 90s.
I have so many fond memories of that carousel and all the stuff in there, and taking the kids there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, malls are becoming a thing of the past. But here's the thing: 20 years from now, malls will start coming back.
Yep, everything's cyclical.
Yeah, it all comes back.
It will come back. All right, everybody. Well, we're gonna bounce out. Just remember, next week we are not streaming because I will be doing other things. But post pictures of your Thanksgiving, train giving, night giving, whatever you want to do. Just post your project under the Thanksgiving header on the Discord channel, and that way, that's where we'll kind of capture everything, just to make it easier on Jeff, so he doesn't have to go to 20 different things for sci-fi, fantasy, Keep it all under one.
Then I miss one and I get hate texts.
Just remember driving up the Yuma to visit Metro. Yeah.
I would also like to state that next week's cancellation is not my fault.
No, it's mine.
I only say that because I have been the reason for all of them recently.
It is all, well, no, I'm the reason because I do all the things with Andy. So
but I have my whole Starship Trooper thing. And by the way, remember I sent out a lot of memes. I have been gotten emails or texts from people going, "Hey, how you doing? How's things going?" I'll go, "Still infested with fleas," and then I send "Do you want to know more?" meme. Do you want to know more? So.
Victor, if you want to post pictures of the best Halloween costume that comes to your home, feel free. I would not encourage people to go randomly running around taking photos of strangers, but that's just me. But if they're cool with it and you want to post a picture, feel free, have fun. Put it under What's New with Mike and Jeff, and if it's a picture of you in a leotard, we will make that the new intro photo.
That's going in the intro. That's going in the intro. Absolutely.
The challenge is out there. So anyways, everybody, we're going to bounce. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Have a wonderful, wonderful week and do all the great things. And I am going to continue with the theme of this show as we exit out of here. So thank you very
Okay.
much.
Well, be nice to each other. Paint some models.
Paint some models. You all take care. Bye. Good morning and welcome to What's New with Mike and Jeff, your Saturday morning hobby hangout coming to you at the end of the show. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is Jeff. See you later.
It's really a messed up day.